The diplomatic chamber aboard the Terran vessel Odyssey gleamed with humanity's finest offerings. Golden artifacts from ancient Earth civilizations lined the walls. Crystallized samples of rare elements sparkled under the soft lighting. Advanced technological blueprints floated on holographic displays, each representing decades of human ingenuity. Alex stood at attention beside Ambassador Jennifer Chen, his hand resting nervously on his sidearm. As her personal security officer, he had accompanied Jennifer through countless negotiations with alien species across the galaxy. But none had been as crucial as this. The Jathic queen entered the chamber, her towering form casting shadows that seemed to writhe with their own consciousness. Her exoskeleton shimmered with bioluminescent patterns, and her multiple eyes swept across the treasures with what Alex could only interpret as disinterest. Behind her, a dozen warrior drones stood motionless, their razor-sharp appendages folded but ready. "Your Majesty," Jennifer began, her voice steady despite the weight of billions of human lives resting on her words. "We present these gifts as tokens of Earth's goodwill and our desire for peace between our peoples." The Queen's translator device hummed to life. "I have seen your offerings, Ambassador Chen. They are adequate." Alex felt his jaw tighten. Adequate? Humanity had poured its greatest treasures into this meeting. The war between humans and the Jathic had raged for 3 years, devastating colonies and pushing Earth's forces to their breaking point. This negotiation was humanity's last hope before total warfare became inevitable. Jennifer gestured toward a floating display. These technological advances could benefit both our civilizations. Medical breakthroughs, faster-than-light refinements, terraform. "I am not interested in your technology," the Queen interrupted, her tone flat. Jennifer's composure wavered for just a moment. Alex saw it, the slight tremor in her hand before she clasped them behind her back. She had worked for months to arrange this meeting, carefully selecting each gift, learning Jathic customs and protocols. "Then perhaps the resource maps," Jennifer continued. "We've surveyed 17 uninhabited systems rich in—" "No." The word hung in the air like a death sentence. Alex's hand moved closer to his weapon, though he knew it would be useless if the situation turned violent. The Queen's guards could tear through the room in seconds. Jennifer's face paled. "Your Majesty, please. Our peoples don't have to be enemies. We can find common ground, build a lasting peace. What would the Jathic accept in exchange for a ceasefire?" The Queen moved closer, her footsteps surprisingly silent for such a massive creature. She circled the treasures, occasionally touching an item with one of her smaller manipulator arms, then dismissing it with a wave. "Tell me, Ambassador," the Queen said, stopping directly in front of Jennifer. "What do humans value most?" Jennifer swallowed. "Life, freedom, the future of our children. And yet you offer me metals and machines. Information and territories." The Queen's eyes fixed on Jennifer with an intensity that made even Alex take an involuntary step forward. "Do you think so little of my intelligence that you believe these trinkets would satisfy the Jathic collective?" "Then tell us what you want," Jennifer said, and Alex heard the desperation creeping into her voice. "Name your price for peace, and if it's within our power, we will—" "I want one thing," the Queen interrupted. She turned away from Jennifer, and her gaze swept across the room until it locked onto Alex. "Him." The world seemed to stop. "Alex Martinez," the Queen said, and hearing his name in that alien voice sent ice through his veins. "Step forward." Jennifer moved between them instantly. "Absolutely not. He's not part of the negotiation." "Everything is part of the negotiation, Ambassador." The Queen's bioluminescent patterns pulsed with what might have been amusement. "I have studied your species extensively during our conflict. You are warriors. Yes, innovators, survivors. But I have observed one quality that fascinates me above all others. Alex found his voice. What quality? Loyalty. The Queen's attention remained fixed on him. 3 months ago, your ship was ambushed at the Kepler 442 station. You were offered safe passage by my forces if you provided intelligence on human defensive positions. You refused. Alex remembered that day, the screams, the fire, watching his squad die one by one. 2 months ago, the Queen continued, you were captured during a rescue operation, tortured for information. You gave nothing. I was doing my duty, Alex said stiffly. No. The Queen moved closer. You were protecting her. Ambassador Chen, specifically. Every decision you made, every refusal, was to ensure she could continue her peace efforts. Even under extreme duress, even when you believed you would die, you never compromised her mission. Jennifer's face showed her shock. Alex, you never told me. It wasn't relevant, he said quietly. The Queen's patterns shifted to deep blue. The Jathic Collective has conquered 73 species across this galaxy. We understand strength. We respect power. But we have never encountered a species where individuals will sacrifice everything for another without question, without hesitation. Your loyalty is not a weakness as we initially believed. It is your greatest weapon. She gestured to her guards, and they stepped back. Alex Martinez, I do not want you as a prisoner or a trophy. I want you as a teacher. Come to the Jathic homeworld. Show us how humans forge such unbreakable bonds. Teach us the value of loyalty that transcends survival instinct. Alex looked at Jennifer. Her eyes were wide, glistening with unshed tears. And in exchange, he asked. Peace, the Queen said simply. True peace. Not just a ceasefire, but an alliance. The Jathic will pledge themselves to the defense of humanity against any threat in this galaxy. Jennifer grabbed his arm. Alex, you can't. I can't ask you to. You're not asking, Alex said, managing a smile. I'm choosing. Isn't that what loyalty means? He stepped forward and extended his hand to the alien Queen. I accept.